Back at the Macon Centerplex for the fourth and final game of Wednesday action here in the single A classification. Thanks for joining us on the GHSA network. I'm Chris Mooneyham. Athens Christian Academy has already punched their ticket to the state championship game, in which was one of the best semifinal matchups we've seen here in Macon in quite some time. The Eagles await the winner of number 2 Whitefield Academy and number 4 Lanier County, and we're underway. Whitefield going to come away with it. Wolfpack made it to the state semifinals last year, right here in Macon, lost to Terrell County. Finished at 28-4 last year. Led by head coach Tyrone Johnson. They come into this matchup at 27-3 and a jump ball to start things. Possession arrow in favor of the Bulldogs. Whitefield at 27-3 overall, went 12-0 inside of Region 9A. They're outscoring their opponents so far this year 68-46, and they've won 20 consecutive ball games. All of those ball games have come in 2012. They have not lost in 2012. But the Bulldogs of Lanier County, who are now holders of a 2-0 lead, well, they've been very, very good as well this year. They're 26-4, finished 7-1 inside their region. And of their 4 losses so far this year, all 4 of those losses, combine them together, and they've only lost those 4 games by a combined 23 points. 2 of those losses coming to 5A schools. That's how good Lanier is. They've been taking on 5A schools all year long. They've won 9 ball games in a row and a turnover here early. They're outscoring their opponents 65-43. So let's take a look at the history of these two teams. Whitefield, the 2003 and 2009 state champions. They're a 4-time state runner-up, and look at this play. Samolo with the bucket right there. Lanier with so much speed. Very good defensively. Whitefield may be facing the best defensive team they've seen all year. At the top court, going to get it off to Kenny Gaines. Gaines dumps down inside. The shot put up by Carter. He can't hit. It goes out of bounds. They'll say it went off of a Bulldog. So Whitefield will keep possession. As I mentioned, a 2-time state champion in 03 and 09, a 4-time state runner-up. This is their 9th Final Four appearance. And all of those Final Four appearances, 9 of them, since 2002. That tells you just what type of little dynasty they're putting together at Whitefield Academy. And again, they've not lost since we turned to the new calendar year of 2012. Here's Gaines. Kenny Gaines, the future University of Georgia Bulldog, off glass, no good. Rebound by Carter inside, misses the jam. Ball up in the air and a reach-in foul. I'll wait for the call on who it was committed by, but one way or another, Kenny Gaines is going to the line. Malik Kone hit with the foul. Kenny Gaines, a senior, 6'3" at the line. As I mentioned, next year he'll be at the University of Georgia. Scored 37 points in his team's Sweet 16 victory over St. Francis. 37 versus St. Francis, a game they won by 42. 4-2 game early. Underneath and a score. Easy bucket there by Azua. Emmanuel Azua. Gaines drives. Off glass, no good. The rebound pulled down, but out of bounds was Gerald Render. One more statistic on Whitefield as we get things going here. This one absolutely incredible. We saw the defensive pressure right there. Whitefield Academy held Hebron Christian in the first round of these playoffs to 13 points. 13 points in a playoff basketball game. That's some of the lowest in state history. At least in the modern era, that is. Contested shot put up, blocked a couple of times, now a 3rd time. Ball still loose underneath. Whitefield had it, then lost it. Believe they're going to turn this into a jump ball call. And that is the call. Whitefield will win that call as they win the possession arrow. At 5:48, Lanier, the Bulldogs, a 4-point lead. Lanier with a little bit of history as well, however. This their 5th Final Four appearance. Twice they finished as the state runner-up. They do have one state championship to their credit, but that came in 1955. And a steal. Bounce pass and a beauty. Turns into a foul. Nice idea there. Anthony Edmond going to go to the line. Big time steal there by Malik Kone. Drove to the rack and dished it off at the last second to Edmond, and the senior at the line. Right-hander hits. They're led by Clay Clark, a 40-year coaching veteran. This is his 2nd trip into Lanier as the head coach. It's also his 2nd Final Four appearance. Took Berrien to the Final Four quite some time ago. Gains a spin move on baseline, left it short, gets his own rebound. Now the ball loose, and oh my goodness, at the physicality underneath. Lorenzo Carter came down with a rebound, and I think somebody stole $4 from him because he was absolutely mugged underneath the bucket. But still no foul call. 8-2 Bulldogs. Laid up and in. Boy. Gaines been seeing Kenny for years, and his offensive production has blossomed. Look at that score. Look at the gliding flight there by Edmond. Drive, Justin left that one short, but he was fouled. Jordan Core. Jordan will go to the line. Oddly, both of these teams last year lost to the same team in the state playoffs. Lanier lost to Terrell County in the 2nd round of the state tournament, finished 22-6. Whitefield Academy lost to Terrell County, finished 28-4 last year. But as I mentioned earlier, that was in the state semifinals. Both of these teams evenly matched, very evenly matched. It's number 2 versus number 4. They score in the mid to upper 60s just about every ball game. They're giving up low to mid 40s in every ball game. Drive and a walk. Got trapped down there in the trees. Did Nankande, Junior Nankande. A double man is Junior. See how his inside presence is affected tonight. Going up against Lorenzo Carter. You saw the matchup right there. Oh boy. They may be hitting him with the foul as soon as I was talking about it. Yep. Boy, oh boy. And that is the 3rd foul on Junior Nankande. And he will be out of the game, and don't expect to see him anytime soon. Holy smokes. That is a major development. And if we had a shot of it, Clay Clark, I don't want to say he's all over him, but he's really letting him know about it. That is there's Clay, and he was just now talking to his senior leader about just how important that foul is to get 3 fouls and removed from the ball game halfway through the 1st quarter of the semifinal matchup. Boy, oh boy. First free throw by Lorenzo Carter, no good. Carter, I've said it once, I've said it 10 times today. Another one of the super sophomores in this state. He's blossoming, and he scores. 6-6 forward. Kone pushes. Not a bad idea, just not good execution. The pass high for his intended receiver. It was Emmanuel Ezua. Oh, wow. Check that. They're going to say Whitefield knocked that ball out of bounds. Boy, oh boy. and a steal. And this will be an easy bucket. Kaylin Pinkett. Kaylin Pinkett, the 5'9" sophomore, scores. And we're at 10-8 now. Lanier County's led just about the entire way, but their lead down to 2. The press being put on here. See how the change in the defensive pressure works. Thought about the deep jumper. Instead, the pass errant. Boy, oh boy. Ezua was cleanly knocked down. Kenny Gaines goes right to the rack and challenges the defender. He was clearly challenging Anthony Edmond. And Gaines will win that battle as he is fouled right at the 10. Boy, oh boy. 6 fouls for Lanier now. Keep in mind the high school rules for those of you watching out there who may not be as aware of all the rules of high school basketball. Once you get to that 7th foul, Lanier's committed 6 fouls. When they commit a 7th foul, Whitefield Academy will then have what's called the 1-and-1, which means they'll have 1 free throw for sure, and if they make it, they get a second opportunity. At 10 fouls, you get an automatic 2 free throws. Kenny makes the first and misses the second. 1-point game. And a steal. That's Everett Pollard on the steal. Now Whitefield got to be careful. Try to get this thing over half court. He's trapped. And a steal will turn into an easy bucket. Boy, oh boy. Teddy Samolo absolutely worked Jordan Core there. He had Core moving this way and that, stretching his arms out like a scrunchie. Timeout called. 30-second timeout called on the floor. And Tyrone Johnson not happy with the progression of events here. 12-9. Bulldogs by 3. Kind of an odd first quarter in a way. Lanier County has led the entire way. Hard to say that they've really dictated the pace. Whitefield is at times looked like the better team. Of course, we're only 5 minutes into this one. Maybe this first quarter has just been so competitive. I'm not used to seeing that. We've seen 3 first quarters today in all 3 ball games where one team has looked clearly better than the other. Look at the muscle-up shot put in there. And a steal, but before the steal could be made, they call the kick ball. Lanier going to keep possession. Whitefield back to within a point again. Here's Kone. And now the push ahead. Samolo is rejected. Absolutely sent away by Carter. Then the dump down underneath and another block by Carter. Nope. They'll get him with a foul. Well, the first. No, actually, you know what? We're going to turn that one around. They're going to hit Kenny Gaines with that one. Now Carter made the first block. And I know we got a piece of the second. So, by process of elimination, they're going to say that Gaines got a piece of Teddy Samolo before the second block. Samolo, the senior, at 6'2", the guard at the line. Trying to increase the lead. Missed the first, and he missed the second. Oh boy. Lanier may be keeping possession. No, they're going to give it to the guys in white. (12-11). Gaines drives off glass and in. Very creative is Kenny Gaines. Driving to the rack and a foul. 2 shots. 2 shots coming up for Anthony Edmond. Boy, Anthony Edmond going right to the rack in this ball game. That's the 3rd, maybe the 4th time we've seen him drive straight to the 10. Oh boy, misses the first free throw. Free throws and fouls will be a major storyline in this one. Whitefield the push. Pinkett, the dish off. Lockett goes. Eric Lockett hits the right-handed floater, the sophomore at 6'5". Kone loses the handle. Has to kind of slow down there, and a reach in coming on Pinkett. That one close. Now they're going to hit Kalen Pinkett. Foul starting to creep closer to even. 3 consecutive fouls in this game been called on Whitefield. Wolfpack with a 1-point lead until right there. And we're tied at 15. Six fouls for the Bulldogs. They've done a good job over the last, 3 minutes or so of keeping those fouls stationary. While Whitefield been committing a couple. Of course, Lanier driving right to the rack. Anytime Kenny gets it, here he is. He's been going straight to the hoop as well. Dryden. This is Berto Dryden, and he lost it. Minute left first quarter. Kone struggling with the dribble there, and his pass is intercepted. Caught down court, lefty layup is good. Berto Dryden, the sophomore. Boy, how many strong sophomores does this team have? Ezoa had it go off his foot out of bounds. Half-minute left. The dish. The 3. It's Kenny Gaines, and he's got it. Wolfpack turn Bulldog, drains the 3. His team leads now by 5. The bonus pass is productive and turns into 2 points. Clock now down to 5 seconds. Better hurry. Kenny doesn't realize. Dribbles. Half-court shot is up. And good! Kenny Gaines drains the 3 at the first quarter buzzer. My, oh my. An exclamation point to end the first quarter in the second boys semifinal, 23-17 on the network. Back for second quarter action, pardon me. here at the Macon Centerplex. 23-17, Whitefield out in front as Kenny Gaines, the future Georgia Bulldog, drains a three-point shot at the first quarter buzzer, just shy of half court. I got so excited, about blew out my voice. I'm going to need a Ricola after that. Half the crowd didn't like that call. But what a big shot that was by Gaines at the first quarter buzzer. That's a 7th foul now on Lanier, by the way. So we're in the 1-and-1. Jordan misses the first. Bulldogs come away with the rebound. Devontae Jenkins was trapped. Give it off to Kone, who drives. Not a bad idea, but he put too much on the pass. The intended pass to Devin Charles. Still, let me retouch on this development and the lack of inside presence of Junior Nunconde. That shot by Gaines was short, an air ball, and his shot may have been altered by the defender flying in and making contact with him. I don't mean to say that Lanier has no inside presence with Junior Nunconde not in the post. I just mean that he is not in there. Look at that. Look at the score of Anthony Edmond. Boy, has he been impressive, driving to the rack and scoring in a multitude of ways so far. Pinkett hit with a walk. A minute into second quarter action. 4-point Whitefield lead. Number 2 versus number 4 in the state. That, of course, the rankings coming into the state tournament. Mad scramble. Ball loose. Whitefield comes out, and finally a foul called on somebody. You only let them go so far with so many fouls. They want to let the kids play. They want to let the kids play. They want to let the kids earn it. But boy, oh boy. When you see that much of a scrum, at some point, you almost have to call a foul if you're the official. Front end of the 1-and-1 miss by Pinkett, or excuse me, Jordan Core. The rebound was pulled away by Kone. Dribbled it down the court. We're still waiting for one of the officials to make the call. They have not signaled to the scorer's table what the call was. Now Whitefield's got the basketball. Pinkett. Oh, beautiful dump down. Kenny can't finish, gets his own rebound, and he's fouled. Boy, I tell you what, nice bonus pass by Lorenzo Carter. You had Pinkett on the side. Kalen tossed it over to Jordan Core. He then quickly fed Carter. Carter turned around as if he was going to shoot it, but he threw it straight down to Gaines, where Kenny had 2 opportunities, and the second of which got him to the line. Big hand for Malik Kone as he heads off the court. He's laying on his back, by the way, over there on the sideline. Hope that young man's all right. 2 free throws made by Kenny Gaines. Lanier pushing. Down by 6. They need buckets. Nice. Very nice score there. That's Junior Nunconde back into the ball game. Clay Clark, I bet, feeling as though he has no choice now. Got to get more size down low. Keep Gaines and those guys from driving right to the hoop. Oh boy. Half the stadium saw a walk. Justin Core at the top trying to set it up. A toss over to Gaines. 3. No good. Rebound in the air, and Nunconde is fouled. Junior sitting on 3 fouls. If you're just tuning in and you're not quite aware, Junior Nonconde, number 35 in red. You'll see him here in just a moment coming down the court. There he is at the top left. He's the inbounds man. Their big inside presence. They got a couple of big guys in the middle, but he is their real rebounder, enforcer in the middle. Well, just halfway into the first quarter, he was saddled with 3 fouls. He came out, and Lanier County's lead dwindled. Beautiful inbounds pass there, and finally a foul call. Beautiful deep pass to Emmanuel Ezawa. And Ezawa went to the rack. His shot was blocked. Neil McGriff there to clean it up, and McGriff was fouled. The senior at 5'10". Nope. Now wait just a second. I'm going to say that ball was knocked out of bounds cleanly. Still 6 fouls on Whitefield. Tossed down to Junior. Conde trying to get his man in there. Lost it. A 3. Well, that would have been big. Underneath, and a push foul on 32. Ezawa hit. Emmanuel Ezawa, one of the big post presence. Foul called on number 12, Eric Lockhart. So Ezawa at the line. At 18 points versus Mitchell County in their quarterfinal win to get into the semifinals. He scored their last 4 points. They trailed 44-41. About a minute left in that one. And Ezawa was there to clean up some garbage and had a couple of big putbacks. Scored the last 4 points for the Bulldogs and helped his team to the 45-44 quarterfinal win. Right here, he's got his team back to within 2 at the 5-minute mark, second quarter. Lockett gave it off to Gaines. Gaines lost his balance, and now a steal. Ezawa off glass, and instead to the line. So the senior will go to the line with a chance to tie it up. 7th foul on Whitefield. Eighth foul on Whitefield. A little slow on the draw there on the big scoreboard here inside the Centerplex. Of course, I should have just trusted Amy. She was on top of it. Junior, a big rebound underneath. And he has it taken right out of his pocket. Here's Gaines. Driving. And they're going to call the defensive foul. Boy, that was close. Meanwhile, that ball went in and out for Kenny Gaines. So it was nearly a chance of a 3-point play. Whitefield dictated the pace of play a little bit more once Junior Nonconde went out. Kenny Gaines was free to get to the rack a little bit more. Started to take control of the defensive glass a little bit. Now it's kind of even back out as juniors come back into the ball game. Gaines for a 3-point lead. And he got the friendly roll. Clay Clark calls a timeout. Had a good spot to call a timeout. Clay Clark, a guy who has a lot of respect around the state as an underrated coach. He's been around a long, long time. Mentioned he's 40-plus years of coaching. Hasn't had a ton of high-level success. Not many bad teams either, though. He just has that respect of being a quality coach and having been around for so very long. Now they're upperclassmen heavy, that's for sure. Nonconde a senior, Samolo a senior, Ezawa a senior, McGriff is a senior. Edmond is a senior. Boy, oh boy, and so is Kone. Wonder if this will be a one-shot and done for these guys as far as having a true shot at the state championship. Great pass. Beautiful pass to Ezawa, who finishes. And Lanier back to within one. Drive, right-handed floater off glass and in. Eric Lockett. Pace quickens. Both teams racing up and down the court. Nkondi came in to try to finish the putback. Gaines back down and scores. Good non-call there. Love the non-call by the man in stripes. No foul there by either player. Also, great job by Gaines to position his body to not get hit with the charge. Another finish by Ezawa, and don't look now, but Emmanuel really starting to take over offensively for his team. He now leads his team in scoring. 3:50 left, first half. A 3-point Wolfpack lead. Pinkett. Kalen Pinkett to Justin Core. Over to Eric Lockett. Now back to Core, a three. And he hits it. That's a big three. Justin Core, the senior at 5'9", expands the Wolfpack lead to 6. Doubles it up. That'll be a big answer. And he's got it. This is what great teams do. Back and forth, back and forth. Down low, Lockett. Believe we're going the other way. And yes, we are. Now, wait a minute. Yep, charge. Saw the official come out and make the official call. They've made a couple of calls tonight, and they've told the players what were going on, what the call was on the floor. And with the fast pace of this first half, the players aren't always just moving down to whichever side of the court they're supposed to be on quickly. And without them signaling the scorer's table, it's kind of hard for me to know exactly what the call is. Great vision and pass from Nkondi to Teddy Samolo. 1-point game again. Floater, good. Boy, oh boy, beautiful shot, Berto Dryden. And now both of these teams are playing to their pace. Offensively, that is. Jump ball. Got to be a jump ball. And it is. The arrow goes the way of the Bulldogs. 2:08 left. Boy. Had a tough pass. Tried to fit that in a very small window. Oh, man. You had Pinkett going to the rack there, and his shot was just barely altered. Oh, not a good decision. Nkondi. If he was a quarterback there, he would have thrown it into triple coverage. Junior has it taken out of his pocket. Could have been a foul call. Oh, my. Well, that was a frustration foul. Nkondi had the ball down here on the offensive end. Had his arm grabbed. Felt he should have had the foul call. And then as a result, one of the Bulldog players out of frustration reached in and fouled Dryden. He tries to make it a 2-point possession. And he does. Berto, another young player they're very high on. Great vision, great cut to the basket. Ezawa just couldn't quite finish. 3 and 4 and 5 opportunities to complete the possession, and neither he nor Somolo can. Now a foul underneath the official call, and it'll come on Lorenzo Carter. The difference so far, one team making their free throws, the other not. That's the difference so far. They trail by 5, and they've missed 5 free throws. 38-34. Minute and a half. What has been a very entertaining first half. So far, a game and a half in the boys semifinals have been absolutely thrilling. The 2 games for the ladies have been anticlimactic. Oh boy, is this on Kenny Gaines? Yes, it is. How many fouls? Okay, that's only 2 fouls on Kenny. I was sure that was going to be 3. Edmond at the line. And he misses. And as I'm sure I see it and am pointing it out, and I'm sure you can see it at home, these free throws becoming absolutely critical for Lanier County. More times than not, they're banging down at least one of those free throws, but you can't be 50% shooting free throws in a semifinal matchup and beat Whitefield. Beautiful steal, and he should have given it up. Boy, oh boy. Anthony had a man out in front, wouldn't give it up. Kenny Gaines gets possession and comes down and scores. That's a huge possession. 5-point game. Thought about the 3. Jumped down instead. Ezawa. Yep. Hit with the charge. Manuel tried to go baseline right there. That's a 2nd foul on him. Both teams now with 10 fouls apiece. And the steal. Push for Kone. Give off. And the foul. Going to send Edmond back to the line. 28.3 now. Wesleyan won the first game of the day, beating Taylor County. Another missed free throw. Holy smokes. Makes the 2nd. Now, what I was saying, 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2. 4-point game. Wesleyan and Southwest Atlanta Christian into the girls' state championship games. And Athens Christian on the boys' side awaits the winner of this one. We're 15 seconds from halftime. Whitefield looks as though they'll hold the lead at the half. And alley-oop to Kenny Gaines. Just a little too much on that one. Boy, oh boy. Gaines just skied into the air there. Holy smokes. Kenny with 5. Gonna drive. Throw up the floater, right-hander off glass, no good. The put back up, no good. Rebound still loose, and that'll do it. Wait just a second. I thought I heard the whistle right before the horn, and yes, we did. I think Lanier's looking at free throws here. Oh boy. Conde to the line. Junior, a 10-point, 10-rebound man per ball game. 6'6", the senior at the line. The first is good. Well, chance to try and see some momentum just before the half. Misses the second. Unbelievable. Or is it? To the half we go. And our second boys semifinal in the single A classification from the Macon Centerplex. It's Whitefield Academy 40 and the Lanier Bulldogs 37 on the GHSA network. Back at the Macon Centerplex in Central Georgia, the historic Macon Centerplex, the home of the 2012 state semifinals for the boys and girls inside the single A, double A, and triple A classification. Thanks for joining us here on the GHSA network. Also your exclusive home for the state semifinals in all 5 classes, whether here in Macon or for the 4A and 5A ranks up at the Gwinnett Arena. Our 4th game of 4 today, Lanier County and Whitefield Academy, the second of the 2 boys games, where Whitefield Academy Wolfpack leads the Lanier County Bulldogs by a score of 40-37. Kenny Gaines had a productive first half for the Wolfpack. Pass underneath, that one going out of bounds. And it'll stay with Whitefield. Junior Nonconde had a good first half, but he was in foul trouble for most of it. That was one of the big storylines. He got in foul trouble halfway through the first quarter. Nonconde, for those of you just joining us, the big-time enforcer and rebounder for Lanier County on the inside. He got his 3rd foul just 4 minutes into this one and had to check out. He didn't come back in until halfway through the 4th, or the 2nd, pardon me. Inside. First shot put up, no good. Rebound underneath by Gaines. Kenny throws up a wild right-hander that's rebounded inside, put back up, and still not going to fall. Carter had that last opportunity. It went out of bounds. And Whitefield going to keep possession. 7-10, not quite a minute into 3rd quarter play. As for Lanier County offensively, Malik Kone was big. Anthony Edmond was very big, driving to the rack, controlling the pace, getting inside, and forcing Whitefield to switch and foul numerous times. Both teams got into the double bonus in the first half, meaning they both committed 10 fouls or more. Underneath, a good pass and then a good score by Lorenzo Carter. 42-37 now. A block. Kone went in and was blocked. Back down here on the other end, Core scores. Jordan Core. Now an errant pass. Who got the last fingertip on that one? Whitefield did. Bulldogs keep it. They trail by 7. Lanier County was certainly in control of this one early, but then the defensive pressure of Whitefield took over. This is Pinkett, and he scores. That's been the difference. And that's been one of the big storylines for Whitefield Academy. Timeout called by Clay Clark. Remember, this is a team, talking about Whitefield, that held a high school basketball team in the playoffs to 13 points. Astonishing. No matter the school, I don't care who you're facing in the first round of a state tournament, if you hold that team to 13 points, you've done something really, really special. That's what they did. They held Hebron Christian to 13 points. Defense has been the name of the game for them all season long. They have a multitude of ways to score, but predominantly they score off the transition basketball, in which they're creating turnovers and getting to the glass and getting defensive rebounds, holding second chance opportunities to a minimum for the offensive team. They've scored 6 straight out of the gate here in the second half. They led 40-37. Lanier County once led this ball game 7-2. And it was an impressive 7-2. You may, yeah, I know what you're thinking. No, well, 7-2, that's nothing, and I agree. But it was a very impressive 7-2. I mean, they ran out of the gate in a hurry. Six-minute mark. Nonconde goes to the rack and scoops it up and in. My goodness. What a scoop shot by Junior. 7-point game now. Pinkett. Kalen. Try to set it up. Work around the screen. Now looking to give it off to Core. He does. Jordan now. Telling people to move. Gives it off to Carter. Lorenzo gives it right back. The jumper off glass and in. Boy, that's a beautiful shot by Core. 9-point game again. Good extra pass, but it's blocked. Good job by Carter to come out of nowhere for the rejection. Core drives, baseline, and he's fouled. Forced his defender into the foul really there. Had no other choice. Oh boy. And I was wondering, that one will in fact be on Junior Nunconde. That is his 4th foul. Free throw good. And you know, I failed to mention the other big time storyline from the first half. Again, if you're just tuning in, really the other huge storyline and truly in essence could have been the biggest storyline in the first half was missed free throws by Lanier County. This is a completely different ball game if they're making their free throws, and a timeout called. Somolo was trapped right there in that no man's land, that triangle of the midcourt stripe and the baseline. And he had to call a timeout. It's an 11-point game, sure. But if Lanier County's knocking down their free throws, especially all the opportunities they had in that second quarter, which of course, ironically, is when Whitefield Academy made their run. Because look, Whitefield didn't dominate the second quarter. They outplayed them in the second quarter. They outscored them in the second quarter. They took the lead in the second quarter. But Lanier, playing pretty well defensively. They were driving to the rack continuously. They were getting numerous free throw opportunities. They missed 8 free throws in the second quarter. Drive baseline, Ezawa scores. Here's Gaines over half court. Bounce pass and a beauty, and the finish. Eric Lockett. This is a very dangerous time for Lanier County. Still got a long way to go, don't get me wrong, but Whitefield awfully explosive, and they don't need plays like that. A charge. A charge on Kone. First 2 fouls of the second half belong to the Bulldogs. Lockett across court. Spin, Pinkett. Oh boy. Oh boy. What an athletic finish right in front of the hoop by Pinkett. Ezawa. Is that a charge as well? Yes, it is. That's the 3rd now on Emmanuel. Starting to add up now for the Bulldogs. 2 missed opportunities. Down on the offensive end. Got a little bit of perspiration on the court there. Good job by that official to break out the mop and start doing it himself. GHSA officials have other jobs besides being officials. And that gentleman there just added a 3rd job to his tally sheet. Here's Core. Very quickly, a 13-point game. Underneath the rebound. Oh, boy! Eric Lockett just took the rebound right out of the hands of the Bulldog man. I missed the number on him, but Lockett skied right over him, took it right out of his hands, and scored. Nankande finishes. But it's a 16-6 quarter, this third quarter. Core out to Carter. He'll drive in, and that'll be a charge as well, I believe. Yes, it is. Lanier can score in bunches, as I said. It looks dangerous, a 13-point game against clearly a state championship contender. A lot of times when you fall behind by 13 points in the state semifinals, you don't come back, because the teams are of such high caliber and quality. Even with, 11 minutes left in a ball game as we have here. But Lanier, they can make this comeback. We still got plenty of time to go. Lanier, a defensive pressure team and a fast-paced scoring squad as well. So don't go anywhere. Cutter, Ezawa scores. Good job by Nankande, who was trapped by two men to find the cutter. Ezawa coming to the basket. Another charge. Goodness gracious. I think we've seen 4 charges in perhaps the last, maybe 8 possessions combined for the two teams. An 11-point game. Lanier County faithful right behind us, trying to cheer on their squad. An errant pass there. Passer misread the cut of his teammate. Core got it. Now Pinkett. Kalen at the top. A little 2-3 defense here. Gonna drive in, put it up, and score. Boy, Justin Core really, or Jordan Core, pardon me, really becoming more of a scoring threat here. That's been a big difference in this ball game as well. Because as Jordan has started to score more, about midway through the second quarter, coincidentally, not really, I'm being sarcastic, Whitefield Academy has been able to take command of the game. Jordan goes out. Nankande, the dump down to him, and he's blocked. And Lockett comes out of the pack with it. I was going to say that Eric should pull it back and wait for his teammates, but he took on 3 men and very athletically, with a giant jump step, went in between 2 defenders and scored. Good pass. Good pass. Teddy Samolo hits Ezawa. Very smart play, young man. Teddy with a great pass. 1:50 left. Third quarter, still a 13-point game. Dryden now. Over to Lockett again. Berto. Give off to Olsen. Matt Olsen. Haven't seen a lot of Matt in this one. Substitutions in this one. Kenny Gaines, the only starter on the court right now. Coach Tyrone Johnson giving his starters some time to get a blow here at the end of third quarter action. Coach Clay Clark and the crowd screaming the same thing to their players. Come up and pressure the defender. They did. They got the possession, but only momentarily, as Kenny Gaines gets it back and scores, and it's a 15-point ball game. Where in the world did this lead come from? Plays like that. Whitefield's absolute hustle Goodness gracious. Relentless. In 3 of our 4 ball games tonight, we've seen 3 teams that have been really, honestly, vastly superior in the hustle game, in the quick hands game, in the fundamental defensive game. And all 3 of those teams, well, 2 of them have gone on to blowout wins, and the 3rd one has a big lead. Still, again, a long way to go, but Lanier needs buckets in a hurry. Ezaway gets one right there. 20 seconds left. 13-point game. Imagine we'll see one final shot in this half, or this quarter, pardon me. Lockett, dish, Olsen, jumper, no good. Tipped up, still no good, still loose. Got a chance at a last-second shot, better throw it up, and they won't get it off. Boy, oh boy. End of 3 quarters from the Macon Centerplex. Our first day of semifinal action comes down to the final quarter on the GHSA network. The final quarter of Single A semifinal basketball. In about 8 minutes of game action, we'll be down to 2 teams left in the Single A season. And we'll have our 2 championship combatants set. The winner plays Athens Christian, the Eagles, for the state title. We got a foul down inside. An elbow thrown there. Oh boy, 4th foul. 4th called on Lockett. And he will, or pardon me, Carter. Lorenzo will exit the ball game. Well, that's one thing that could help Lanier in this one. To score with no time rolling off the clock. Oh boy, a pass goes right between the hands and legs of Nankande. And then driving to the bucket, Berto Dryden lost possession of that one. Whitefield Academy looking for their 21st consecutive win. They've won 20 in a row. They have not lost since December. 20-0 in the new year. Pass underneath. Nankande is fouled. And Junior will go to the line. Lanier County's 9-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. They trail by 13. We were at 40-37 at the half. But then Whitefield Academy came out in the 3rd quarter and outscored the Bulldogs, oh boy, by 10 points at 22-12. One of the big reasons Whitefield has been able to put on this run over the last 2 quarters, missed free throws by Lanier. Boy, 12 missed free throws in this ball game, and it's absolutely killing them. Dryden gives off to Jordan Core. Tyrone Johnson going to slowly work the starters back into this ball game. Got Core back in. And obviously Kenny Gaines back in. Turnover underneath. And a foul on Gaines. That 3 or 4 on Kenny. going to say 3. Yep. 6th foul. So, Whitefield 1 foul away from putting Lanier in the bonus, the 1-1. If you're Lanier, you want to drive to the rack every single time now. Still got time to not have to shoot threes. If you're Whitefield, you want to be aware of that. Now 3-ball, just as I call it, no good. Rebound by Nankande, gives it off to Ezawa, who scores. 11-point game. The comeback has got to start now. Whitefield Academy been a state championship favorite since day one. Been a state favorite since the last few years. Lanier, won't say they came out of nowhere this year. We got a foul. This is a big call. Yep, and that's the 7th. That's the 7th. They just realized it. We got Ezawa down here in front of me on the sideline, but they're going to send him to the line now at 6:19. Lanier County won't say they came out of nowhere this season, but they certainly were not a state championship favorite. Whitefield trying to fulfill their dream and their goal. Lanier, oh my goodness, another missed free throw. Lanier trying to put together a comeback that would shock a lot of people around the state. 11-point game. Another missed free throw down here on the offensive end for the Bulldogs. 5-second call. 5:58. Bulldogs season hanging in the balance. Can they do it? Well, they can. Will they do it? Work around. Ezawa. Oh boy. Had it. Missed it. Second chance. Good, and the foul. Emmanuel going to the line. 9-point game. Don't go to bed yet. No, don't go to bed yet. You can do it. Give me 20 more minutes. A missed free throw. And while Clay Clark wants to pull his hair out for another missed free throw, he did get the benefit of a defensive foul. That's 9 fouls now on Whitefield. So not only are they sitting at the 1-1 right now, but they're 1 foul away from an automatic 2 free throws. Gotta have these, Junior. Gotta have them. And he missed it. Rebound in the air, and it is pulled away by Ezawa. Inside, Nankande makes. Lanier just hanging in. The Bulldogs are just hanging in there with every ounce that they have. 7-point game. Into games. Kenny's their killer. They need him now. Can't hit the first chance. Had a second opportunity and couldn't get it to fall. Bulldogs with possession now. Are we headed to another fantastic finish? Wide open. Layup is good. Timeout called on the court. Anthony Edmond, the receiver of a tremendous pass. He makes the easy layup, and we got ourselves a 5-point game on the network. Boy, oh boy. I'm doing some quick math here. And quick math for me is not quick for everybody, so bear with me. 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter here. Is that right? Where did I learn to count? Yes, an 8-0 run for Lanier to start this fourth quarter. It was 62-49 at the beginning of the fourth stanza. Lanier 8 straight, the only points of the quarter, and they're back to within 5. 4:56 left. 2 timeouts left for the Bulldogs. 3 timeouts left for the Wolfpack. Number 2, Whitefield Academy, a championship favorite, has seen their 13-point lead dwindle at the hands of the number 4 team in the state, the Bulldogs of Lanier County. Gotta hurry, and they do. It's Core, one of their surest ball handlers. Jordan gets over half court, goes behind his back, gives off to Lockett. Eric's been big today. Here's Dryden, another floater. He's hit a couple of those today. Lockett, a big rebound underneath. Lost it on the baseline, and Nankande comes away with it. Kone gives off to Edmond, who can't quite finish the possession. Holy smokes, if he'd have hit that, this place would have erupted. Pinkett gives off to Core. Jordan at the top. Now to the right wing. Thought about the corner. Stays at the wing. Tries to take his man. He's got Jenkins on him. Jenkins loses his footing. Core drives. Puts it up. It's no good. Ball still loose, and Core comes away with a loose ball eventually. Lockett straight to the rack. He can't get it to fall. Ball just will not drop. Now a man wide open. This is Ezawa, and he missed the jam. Second opportunity, and he missed that one as well. Oh, your heart breaks for Ezawa. Oh, Emmanuel, lay the ball in, my young friend. Lay the ball in. Floater no good. Nankande the rebound. This place is in stunned silence after that missed jam. Now the push. It's Kone. Malik is forced back out. Here's Edmond, who drives. He challenges the defenders, and he's fouled. 10th foul, but no matter. It was a shooting foul, so 2 free throws coming up. 3:23 left. We got die-hard basketball fans all across the state of Georgia tuning in right now, I imagine, as they see the scoring update. Maybe been following this one on the GHSA network, but oh, goodness gracious. Following casually, and then you see the run that's been put on by Lanier County to get it back to within 5, but they've missed a million free throws today. He makes the second of 2, and it's a 4-point game. They've missed 103 free throws. I sound like Larry Munson, but goodness gracious. Lockett. Eric, good pass. Kenny Gaines is fouled. The shot falls as well. A chance at a 3-point play. When in doubt, go to your playmaker. Your all-state potential player, the future Georgia Bulldog. Which, by the way, if you're just tuning into this one, Gaines knocks down the free throw, 65-58. Those 3 points, by the way, the first points for Whitefield in this quarter. And we're 5 minutes in. Trap. Ezawa comes out, lays it up and in. Quick timeout called by Clay Clark. If you're just tuning in, want to touch on this just really quick. Remember, these games are archived on the GHSA network. Make sure you check out this game after we end up archiving it. Don't know how long it'll be, but once we go off the live feed, it'll be archived at some point in the next day, maybe immediately. Check out the end of the first quarter shot by Kenny Gaines. He hit a shot just inside the half-court stripe. A three-pointer that was very, very big in switching the momentum of this ball game. The biggest storyline so far today been the defense of Whitefield Academy. They own a 5-point lead. The other big storyline been the missed free throws of Lanier. If they had made half of the free throws that they've missed tonight, they'd have about a 2, 3, 4-point lead. That's right. Whitefield sitting at 10 fouls here in the second half. They finished with 11 in the first half. Lanier has been at the free throw line more times than you can count. So 10 fouls for Whitefield, as I mentioned. Lanier will be in the double bonus now, free throw wise. They trail by 5 at the 3:03 mark in the fourth quarter. Just one timeout left for Lanier, by the way. That's a big, big storyline. Nonconde, their big inside presence, with 4 fouls. Jumper, Lockett, no good. Rebound, Lockett, his own, falls out of bounds. They'll say he was not out of bounds when he come up with a loose ball. And Whitefield will reset their offense. Render. Kinney. Gaines looks for a big one, and he gets it. Kenny Gaines drains the baseline jumper, and it's a 7-point game. That could end up being a dagger, or maybe that's the dagger. Boy, oh boy. No, I'm speaking too soon. Way too soon to talk about a dagger, but goodness. Trying to do a little bit too much there. Core with it. I only brought up the dagger reference because remember, no shot clock. No shot clock in high school basketball. 2:15, 2:14, 2:13 can go by very, very quick. Got a foul called here on Neil McGriff. Whitefield obviously not obligated to shoot the basketball. Just keep the ball moving around. Lanier at some point will be forced to foul. Gaines looks for a dagger and hits. 9-point ball game. On the break, Ezewa scores. 7-point game. Got to come up and press. Boy, I think you got to come up and press. Whitefield with some of the best ball handlers in the state. Carter off the Lockett. Underneath, Core scores! Jordan Core, the senior, with a huge bucket, perhaps the biggest of his season. 9-point game at 1:25. Ezewa is fouled on the floor, I believe. 2 shots nonetheless. Emmanuel, once he composes himself, he's down on the ground underneath that camera. That last angle you saw, there he is. Getting a little bit of help to his feet. Boy, you know these 2 teams are so tired. What a wicked pace they have kept in this one. Ezewa at the line, where he has struggled tonight. 9-point game. That will be the tale. 2 missed free throws. When the story is written on this semifinal matchup and why Whitefield Academy will be going back to the state championship game, when you read that story, underline missed free throws. Perhaps pull out a highlight marker. If you want to, draw those little brackets around it, maybe an asterisk, because that is the source of the storyline. An 11-point game with 1:01 left. I've said it a million times, missed free throws in high school basketball is like special teams play in high school football. And the kicking game, for instance, the punting game. 3-ball, no good. Rebound underneath and swatted away. Whitefield now just going to try to run this one out, throw the ball around, and a foul inside. Well, still a very entertaining ball game. Very entertaining ball game. Pass inbounds. Jordan trying to dodge the defender. Here's Gaines. And yes, indeed, the Bulldogs will not foul. So that will tell the tale. The Whitefield Academy Wolfpack, number 2 in the state and a championship favorite, the foul with the bucket. They're going back to the state championship game. What a day it was here on the GHSA network and at the Macon Centerplex. Single A action today. Wesleyan and Southwest Atlanta Christian on the girls' side both rout their opponents. Both win with suffocating defense and timely buckets. And now we'll get the matchup in the Single A Girls State Championship that everybody wanted. On the boys' side, Athens Christian, the Eagles, win a game, well, one of the best games that anybody around here has seen in a long time. And they'll meet the big bad wolf pack of Whitefield Academy. I want to remind you folks to stay tuned for tomorrow's action of AA action, of AA semifinals. It'll be Lanier versus Jordan, Lanier versus Lovett, Brooks County and Buford, and Vidalia and Manchester. And you can catch it all right here on the GHSA network.